Hi, Bill from CJ Pony Parts. The instrument cluster lens on your Fox body Mustang is one of those pieces that usually has a lot of wear. Sometimes you don't even realize it. Over the years, they tend to yellow and fade, usually have a lot of scratches on them as well. Today, we're going to show you how to replace the lens using this 93 Mustang LX. For this installation, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, a T20 Torx bit, a right angle bit driver or a 1/4 inch socket and ratchet, a 1/4 inch ratchet, short extension, and an 8mm socket. Since we'll be dealing with wiring, you're going to disconnect your battery before we get started. Once you do that, remove this lower panel, the steering column trim, and the trim around the cluster as well. To remove our lower dash piece, we're going to take off these 3 bolts. One here, and then one close to the console. Once you remove the bolts, there's still clips holding it in. You want to pull down and outward on it. Now we're going to remove the 2 screws that hold in our steering column trim. Now remove the 2 bolts that hold the metal plate in. Now we're going to get the Phillips screw that holds the bracket on for our gauge trim. Now I can move up top. Now we're going to remove our housing. The first thing you want to do is remove the switch assemblies. Right behind the switches you'll see a little plaque clip, a small little screwdriver, you can pop it out. The last step to remove the housing is use 2 Torx screws. Use a T20 to remove those. Now we're going to remove our gauges from our dash. There's going to be 4 screws that hold it in, 1 on each corner. Again, we're going to use our T20 Torx. Now to pull our cluster out, we're going to pull it out a little bit. We'll get the wiring harnesses off the ends. Just squeeze in on the sides to disconnect. Remove your speedometer cable. You want to push on the front corner here, and it'll slide right up. To replace the lens, just remove these retaining screws around the outside edge. It's not necessary to actually remove the cluster from the car to do this. In our case, we wanted to replace a few light bulbs while we had it apart, so we pulled the whole cluster out. Once you have all the screws, we'll just pop our lens off. While you have it apart, you can grab a small brush or a Q-tip. You need to get some of the dust out on the gauges themselves, get them nice and cleaned up. We're going to be installing this Ford tooling instrument bezel lens. It's an exact copy of the original, right down to the Ford part number. Just line up the tabs and our reset. Put it in place, reinstall the screw. Since you're tightening plastic, you just want to get these snug, you don't want to over tighten them. Now that our new lens is installed, we're ready to put our cluster back into our Mustang. I'm going to start by plugging everything back in. I'm going to reinstall the housing. Now we'll reinstall our switches.
I'll install the screw for the lower cluster support.
Now we'll reinstall the metal plate under the dash. Now the plastic knee plate goes on next. And the last step is to reinstall the column trim. And our installation is complete. A new Instrument Bezel Lens is a great way to freshen the look of your Fox Body Mustang's dashboard. Installation should take you no more than an hour. You'll be back on the road in no time.